hesitation now becomes a failure when the deep decides to pull back. If a mount loosens offshore, it won't fail politely. It fails under load.
The deck tries to steal the plan before we even reach the drop.
Every crimp is a promise made to a creature built for pressure.
A hesitation now becomes a failure when the deep decides to pull back. Storm level climbs, and the surface reminds us who owns the corridor to the deep. Big predators don't commit to crumbs, they commit to meals.
Down here, you don't see the hunter. You only see the invitation falling.
A false touch is worse than nothing because it spends your focus early.
Gear readiness is high, but discipline is the real safety system.
Something touched the line, and the next touch might be a full commit.
The ocean punishes sloppy line management instantly.
Drag is a break, too hot, and it fails right when the deep gets serious.
Sea is moving the invitation, trying to close the window.
One clean click is enough to make a whole ship stop breathing.
We set the ring because the next pull might be the real one.
A heavy test without a bite means something smart is measuring us.
That steady tick means power just decided to move with our bait.
The first reveal isn't the animal, it's the surface behaving like something heavy just turned below.
We fight the angle first because one rub ends everything.
In the deep, even a glimpse feels like a threat. With circle hooks, patience is the strike, and impatience is the break.
Big fights always find the one thing you forgot, so we stop forgetting.
In rough seas, straight lines are suspicious. Something below is steering. That near miss is a warning. It can take it whenever it wants.
Heat and slack are the two silent ways these fights end.
It doesn't charge, it evaluates, like the deep itself is thinking.
That load is the decision turning into physics, and physics never negotiates. The swirl says it turned close, close enough to commit next.
Ink is a curtain, and curtains rise right before the hit.
Storm level climbs, and the deck has to stay cleaner than our thoughts.
When current stops, something stronger is holding the conversation.
It's spending distance like money, trying to buy darkness.
The bite is sudden, and geometry has to finish the set.
That burst is the deep turning into force, and force is how the sea starts wars.
Smooth drag keeps the leader alive long enough for the hook to seat where we need it.
It's spending distance like money, trying to buy darkness.
Fixing hardware under tension is fear turned into procedure.
This is the hinge moment. Either it seats clean or we lose it back to the black.
We trade speed for control because control keeps hooks seated.
Distance is its weapon, and it's spending it hard.
A clean lane is survival when the line could snap like a whip.
The line goes from chase to lock, and that lock starts the real fight.
We steal inches back because inches become feet, and feet become daylight.
Hook and corner is perfect. Now every surge is a clean test of the system.
Tired posture creates slack, and slack is escape.
Steering becomes defense because the hull is the sharpest object out here. Steering becomes defense because the hull is the sharpest object out here.
Depth is leverage, and leverage is how it tries to turn rhythm into panic.
Heat builds quietly, and quiet failure still ends the fight.
Circles are strategy, changing angles until something breaks.
If we keep tension perfect, the deep has to pay for every meter.
That shadow says it's rising. Rising means the landing phase is coming.
A colossal squid isn't a grab, it's an operation.
Seeing color means we're close enough for one mistake to erase everything. One bad grab creates slack, and slack is a free escape. Close track means hull danger, where a rub ends the story. Smooth drag is the difference between progress and a snapped leader.
Even close, it can surge, so tension has to stay perfect.
The deep waits for slack, and slack is what tired hands accidentally give.
If timing is right, we control the head. If not, the sea controls us.
The hook placement is perfect, but perfect doesn't make it easy.
It doesn't charge, it evaluates, like the deep itself is thinking.
Every surface break is a shock test, and the leader is the weakest link.
Absorb the hit, then go back to smooth. Stiffness breaks gear.
It trades air for depth, hoping depth buys leverage. Ink turns the fight into blind violence. We cool the system because heat failure looks like nothing until it's gone.
Circles are strategy, changing angles until something breaks.
Boatside chaos is the most dangerous chaos because steel is right there.
We move as one machine because the deep changes direction faster than any one man can.
Tide power turns the fight into a steering problem, and steering problems cut leaders. High air means it still has fuel, and fuel means surprises at the rail.
One wrong grab becomes slack, and slack
becomes escape. The landing window opens fast, and it doesn't forgive hesitation.
If the leader holds through this, the deep starts running out of options.
This is where people beat monsters, by refusing to give an inch.
Seeing it this close means the next mistake is the last one. That's the last violent argument before the landing decision.
Control the head, control the danger, lose the head, and the deep takes it back.
Even now it can surge, so tension has to stay perfect.
The last meters are where people get hurt, so we slow down to stay alive.
The landing window opens fast, and it doesn't forgive hesitation.
One rushed move turns a landing into chaos.
Boatside is where the deep can use the ship against us. The first secure point changes the whole fight, and now we control direction.
A swinging load injures fast, so we guide it like a machine part.
The lift changes the rules, and the deep answers with its last violence. Partial weight is the most unstable moment, because swinging starts here.
We clear hazards first, because adrenaline lies and steel doesn't.
Touching deck doesn't mean finished. This is where chaos starts.
A slide toward the rail is terrifying. One more meter and the nightmare restarts. It's not just strong, its grip is a problem with intent.
One wrong step becomes injury, so spacing matters more than strength.
The hook is proof and risk. Remove it wrong, and steel becomes a projectile.
Ending the hook doesn't end the danger. Control does. When motion ends, procedure begins, and procedure protects everyone.
We clean fast, because one slip after victory still counts as failure.
Now violence turns into discipline, and discipline protects quality.
Clean cuts and cold speed decide whether this becomes treasure or waste. Consistency is how one deepwater monster becomes a reliable promise downstream.
Packaging locks freshness, and bad seals destroy it silently. Cold control is the second victory. Quiet, strict, non-negotiable.
The cold chain is a second storm, and it never stops pushing back.
We reset the deck, because the ocean doesn't care that we're tired.
Dock time is temperature loss, so the handoff has to be fast and clean.
Offshore discipline only matters if land keeps the cold promise.
Minutes outside cold storage cost texture, and texture is the truth. The line turns a brutal fight into clean portions, and clean portions are the market.
The last seal is the last promise, and promises are what customers taste.
In the kitchen, the deep becomes ingredient, and every earlier choice shows up here.
Precision on a board is built on discipline at sea.
Heat is a timer, just like drag was a timer. Small motions here reflect the big motions we survived out there.
Fine plating hides the violence, but it can't hide quality.
One bite contains the whole chain, from jaw corner hook to cold storage.
We rest, but the deep doesn't. Out here, every ending is a setup.
New bait, same darkness, because the next monster is always waiting where the ocean refuses to show its face.